atheists actually don't believe in God or believe in anything except for being here on earth. They don't believe in any spiritualities or anything else. Whereas the pagans believe in magic, they believe in the force of the spirit, they believe in the will, they believe in faith. And the atheists don't have that in their belief because they don't want to believe in anything that would point towards any sort of godhood or demonic existence. They believe just in strict Darwinism. I believe magic, I believe in force, and I believe that if it wasn't for the Catholic Church, this world would be 10,000 times better than it is today. Because the Japanese, the Chinese, they're teaching iron skin technique and that stuff. Their way of the Zen teachings would have been throughout the entire world by now, rather than only taught in certain dojos in different places. We would have had the Celtic faith meeting with the Dalai Lama and that over the years, if things would have been different. But between the Romans trying to wipe out the Celtic people and then the Romans later on creating the Catholic Church out of information they got from several different religious and mytho-based belief systems about magic and force and energy, they created theirs. Because they took from the Celtic faith the three-god system. Because in the Celtic faith they believed in the All-Father, the goodly wise, and the gifted giver. But they didn't believe that they had any specific goals for mankind except that mankind was to take care of and work hand in hand with nature instead of destroy it like it has been with the Catholic Church in charge.
What does the gifted giver give?
The gifted giver gives certain abilities, powers, telepathy, telekinesis, psychokinesis, foresight or future sight, the ability to sense other gifted before they come into their powers so that they could be shown what they can do with their gift and they can be taught how to use it properly for the benefit of others.
Have you sensed any other special people here in your life?
There are several around, but if their parents have anything to do with it, they won't even realize who they are. Because the parents don't allow the kids freedom. They force them to go to church, they force them to go to school, they force them just to do everything except what they want. So by the time they get old enough to be on their own, they're completely brainwashed or they're completely pissed at the world. They have only really those two options to go down. They can either break from what their parents want and go off on their own, or they can get completely wrapped up in the church and be brainwashed to believe everything that the church says is right. Everything that you're taught in school is proper, even though the schools originated with the church. Back when they were creating the first kings and queens that they could then manipulate to keep power and keep the masses stupid so that they could rule over them easier.
How stupid are the masses these days?
Just watch some of the commercials. You'd realize that most people, even if they graduate school, are not going to have any sort of career because our government's being run by the Catholic Church has made sure that the rich are going to stay rich, and anyone who had any jobs that would be worthwhile or very money-making, like making $60 an hour at some of the jobs. Those jobs were all sent overseas so that they could have people work for $4 a week making the same shoes or making the same auto parts for a lot cheaper. And that's what our president's doing now, making certain that he can send all the big paying jobs overseas so the rich can stay rich and the middle class become the poor.
But I hear that the Jews are running everything, not the Catholics.
That's the way they're trying to push it, so that they can foster certain hostile intents against certain groups. That way they can keep control over the situation.
Do you think they're planning a race war?
Actually, yes. I believe that the end of times is upon us, and they're slowly fostering hostility between peoples.
Luckily, you have love for all people.
No, I just believe that if we take out the church rather than take out each other, we could actually make this world a better place.